portion was really bad right when you guys first came in. Like, hey, what do we do? There's no actual checklist. Same thing is for the out process, right? It's on you guys to get done what needs to be done. I won't have a checklist for y'all, but the main things we're gonna hit is household goods, your leave absence, medical, dental, and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll go into uniform for graduation, just to square away any questions you guys may have, and then I'll open it up to you guys, okay? Alright, so with the paid absence, the only thing that's changed is now your house hunting and your leave is all put together in the same. Alright? So when you go to absences, you'll initiate it just like you regularly would. And then you would select PCS event. You'll put in your information. You'll select house hunting for the first 10 days is what you're allotted. And then you're going to put in your PCS absence on the right side. With that being said, say you don't want to take any PCS leave, right? Because you're like, I don't want to take it. I just want to get straight to my phase 2 site. If your orders don't say, early report, you're not allowed to early report. What you can do is stick around here, shoot me a text, and then whenever your house hunting starts, you go on, right? So but you make sure that you stay in the area before you go anywhere. Does that make sense? So say I report on the 11th, and I don't want to take 11th of May, and I only want to take my 10 days of house hunting and then my days of travel, which should be 3 days. Then I'll only put 13 days total, and then start it backdated from the 11th. And if you're still in the area, you'll just shoot me a text like, hey, I'm alive, and that's it pretty much. All right, but just make sure we're putting in those 3 days for travel. All right, so whenever you get to your new unit or the phase 2 site, in order for you to get paid that travel voucher, you need to have travel days. Okay. Roger that. Yep. They'll do the funky math on there. All right. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's all mixed into one. So you're not going to be doing 2 separate IPSA requests. This is the new one right here. Just make sure you take a picture of this. Because this will go to the battalion commander. So the battalion commander needs to know where you'll be going and your itinerary trip, right? So if you're driving, if you're flying, where you'll be in between PCS leave. But she is the ultimate approver for that, and this is one of the things she'll kick it back for, or the company will kick it back for.
Jason,
Yes?
are we going to get these slides after the report?
Yeah, I'll send them to you.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right, any questions on the comments? And if you guys say, hey, it doesn't fit, try to make it fit. All right, I know that there's a comment section box says a limit of 250 or 500 words on there. Be brief, but also be specific. Does that make sense? These are the attachments that you will put on there. PCS orders, your flight itinerary, driving directions, metros, and LES. I know it sounds dumb, and why do I need to put on there, right? Because if say, should know how many leave days you have, but whatever. Let's play what the company wants to play. If you don't have orders, for my folks that don't have orders yet, just write in the comments, no orders yet. If you're National Guard or active duty, let's try and get these processed as soon as we can. All right. And then you just click submit. Once you click submit, it'll ask you who you want to route it to, and that's where you'll put in that number that you guys have been using to route your leave. Everyone has that, right? I'm assuming. It goes to our pool in the operations office. Yeah, everyone's got that number. Yeah, north and south.
Cool. I'll republish it after this. You guys.
It was on the first slide too.
Okay, and if you don't have it, just send it to me. That's fine too. Just look up my name. Just don't send it to Christopher Espinoza. That's not me. I'll process the checklist. So you're going to go to dpsmove.mil. You're going to create a profile, and you're going to start pretty much creating your move on your own, right? So once you create that move, it's going to give you how much money or how much pounds you're allowed, and then it's going to once you complete that, then it's going to go to the transportation office where they'll stamp it approved, or they'll ask you further questions on that. Before you go to transportation, make sure you create a profile though. Close out on house, on and off post housing if need be. Dental, pick up the dental records. I don't know if they give them to you anymore. I think they just send them straight there, or if they do give them to you, just make sure you pick them up. medical. Speak with PCM about upcoming PCS. And like I said, guys, this is pretty straightforward. There's no limited checklist. Government travel cards. Everybody already filled out a sheet and they gave it to Sergeant CJ in order to get mission critical or whatever it's called. Yeah, no one's done that yet. You guys submitted it? Yeah. Last semester. Okay. If you didn't do it, come get with me or let Captain McCoo know, and then she'll send the list. So Sergeant CJ right now is the ALC. She'll be back next week, and then your cards will be put on that critical status after that. So if you need to do any purchases, as far as flights or rental, like agreements and stuff like that, if you're doing a PPM. So there's that statement of understanding, GTC certificate, and then the profile worksheet. That's what you guys filled out with Sergeant CJ, is that profile worksheet. Alright. Everything's located on Jessup Road, same place where you guys in process. So any questions regarding finance, like if you need to do an advance pay for travel, then you go to finance. Other than that, you shouldn't have to see finance whatsoever. Alright. So we're in that time window to get that GTC started. Make sure you go log into Citibank. And if you don't know your Citibank number or ID and password, just get with me and we'll get you a way to get in there. Make sure it's still on. Make sure it doesn't expire in the next week or two. I've had soldiers that last minute are like, hey, my GTC's expired. Right? Don't want to be that person. It don't work. So you should go to work. You think everything's good? Well, there's a number in the back I can call. On the back of the card, you can call that number. They'll tell you what's wrong with it. They'll either not activated. It's probably one of the two. It's probably not activated, honestly. And or they didn't put you in that critical status where I think your maximum goes to like $4,000 or something like that. So you can allot an amount. Depending on the categories, it's the allotted amount of money that you can use. But again, yeah, you can call them. And also, if I'm saying anything that doesn't make sense or I'm completely wrong on it, let me know. Like I said, we're trying to make the out process and in process better. Alright, once you guys leave here though, you guys will get your 1059. And this is a question for the classroom, maybe Captain McCoo. Your ACFT 5501s or any other records you have from this company, you want me to like upload them to a shared drive and everyone can just grab them like that, or do you want a physical copy? What would be better?
Raise your hand if you want a physical copy of your PT card and height weight.
I'll get them to you guys. So just shoot those names, and the rest I'll send like a zip folder to you, man, with everybody's info on there.
Okay.
No, you guys are good. So no ACT. So whenever you get to your phase 2 site. Now, if you want to take it here, in case you're going to like Fort Carson and you're not sure you're going to acclimate in time, just let me know. We can facilitate an ACFT. Alright, everyone should have this little thing to sign out. Reason why I say sign out when you get before you leave here is in case you get to phase 2 and they take all your leave. Alright, for some reason like IPSA likes to take all your leave. Like I've had some soldiers right now, they're 25-1. They just lost all their leave out of nowhere, so it's good to have that record of you signing out of the company since we don't have an actual staff duty here where you go sign out on that. We got that form. That's pretty much it for the out process brief. Do you guys have any questions? Yeah, of course. So that will be once you're in process finance, so like
we graduate on April 25th.
Mhm.
Your first day should start April 25th, and that's your 10 days of housing.
it should be the 26th because the 26th is still day of POI. So the 26th is when you should start.
26th at 10 days, and then from there you would add PCS and
Right, that's it.
You said we don't have to touch travel, they do that math there?
Yes.
We don't have to add it?
Yes. So and then also, so say you're going to Fort Cavazos, right? So it's all by mileage too, right? So if it's only, I think it's 400 miles is a day of leave or something like that, or 1 day of back. So don't think that you're gonna get all that leave back if you're just going to Colossus or you're going to Vance.
If we have like baby leave, we need to that like
That's a good question.
free game for instead of PCS absence.
I want to say yes, but I will get back to you on that one. I don't see why not. But yes, I'll get that. I don't know if everybody heard what he asked. So if you're trying to take parental leave, could you use it during this PCS time? I want to say yes, but I'll ask. I would still put in 3 days of like if you're going to brag, just put 3 days of PCS leave and then just start a new absence form with parental leaves. Now, if you're going to Hawaii or you're going to Germany, you're not allowed to take house hunting from here. So once you touch down in Hawaii or Germany is when you'll be able to request for house hunting. But it will not be provided from our command team here. Sir?
You need to do the financing of DLA, correct?
If you're requesting the DLA in advance, yes.
But not in advance. We're gonna receive that on the in-process stage.
So the DLA, you'll receive it once you do your smart voucher your next unit, sir. That's, unless I'm completely, am I wrong on that, sir? Right.
Do you know of any limitations on Fort Sam Houston that would prevent us from clearing base in a single day? Because some installations will not let you clear bases, so then it takes you 2 days to do it.
Not from previous classes. I do not think so. What's that? Yeah. So he brought up over here, so it's 400 for the first day and then 350 for the day after that for travel days. So for mileage wise. So say I'm going 1,000 miles, the first 400 days, the first 400 miles is 1 day, 350 is another day, and then 350 is another day of leave, or travel days. Any other questions? Sorry, does that makes no sense, Carl? I bet you're looking like that. All right.
I got one.
What's up?
So other than the things you list in the government travel card, there's no like scavenger hunt of going all over base, EMP, and like
No, unless you owe something to me, like if you sign for something, like right now I'm gonna pass out these DUIs, that way you don't have to go buy them, whoever requested them. I do request for them back, because I signed for them from S4, so stuff like that, that's the only thing that I would really, I'd probably hit you back up, be like, hey, you never turned back your computer, you signed out, which I don't think anybody here signed a computer, so. But yeah, that's the only thing. Nobody here has a G6 account, right? Or no?
What about the student ID cards and user belts?
So that will be taken care of on when you guys do your BLS. Everyone will bring them in, and then in the middle, once there's 2 groups that get, or there's divided into 2 groups. First group will just turn them in right after, and the second group will turn them in once they're done with the BLS course, along with your cool PT belt. All right. Cool.
We have to have separate, completely separate. It's not enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So therefore,
Our
orders here.
it's just like coming off of other events. You don't have to do any post-op processing. So you can take care of your business, and then it's what's in your next orders.
That's what I'm
doing. For your next orders, as long as you have your next orders cut, and they say they'll pay for PCS, then you can PCS anytime from the day those orders are cut.
Hey, can everybody hear me? And we're going to quickly go over the uniform. Do I have any other questions regarding the PCS leave, PCS move, whatever you guys, anything else? You guys can always come down and ask me as well. All right, when it comes to the service uniforms, I'm assuming we have a mix between ASUs and AGSUs?
Yes.
All right, so for officers, follow 67-1, the APAM. Make sure that we're using the MedCOE patch. That goes for everybody. And then as far as for officers, when it comes to branch insignia, you will use the one that you currently have, all right? Since you guys are technically not part of the SP Corps yet. This uniform brief is mainly for the OCS, and if anything has changed dramatically from what you've heard or what they told you when you first got here, let me know, and we can fix it in case you already went and did the alterations and all that. I'm not trying to make it harder than it should be. All right. So for the Army Greens or for the ATSUs, for the ASUs, there will be no service stripes. All right. So make sure your service stripes are taken off. Only allowed stripes are your combat stripes or deployment stripes. Also, for OCS, you will wear the band of cotton braid 1.5 inch wide, which is sewn on each sleeve with the lower edge parallel 2 and 3 inches above the bottom edge of each. Does everyone have that already on their AGSUs? Cool. And that's all. And then when it comes to the ASUs, we'll get to those as well. You will not wear rank on the sides either, so you will take off your enlisted rank. You will not wear a rank on top. You will only wear the DUI. When it comes to OCS, the OCS will be on the lapel, and we'll get to that slide as well. All right. For the shoulder straps, for the OCS, for officers stays the same. Again, keep with the same branch insignia color, and along with your rank. For enlisted OCS, it's going to be a plain, kind of like a gold with a maroon. Is everyone tracking this color right here? Ready? All right. Blank, no rank for OCS. And then you guys can read, go on DA PAN 610-1 and get the measurements on that. Now, when it comes to ASUs for the sleeves, again, no service stripes. Each sleeve has 3/4 of inch braid consisting of 2 1/4 inch gold braids, placed 1/4 inch apart. And then with the color in between, it's going to be maroon as well. Any questions? Yeah. So like I said, no service stripes for enlisted OCS, no rank on the sleeve, so jacket and the collared shirt. Keep in mind that once you do take them off, for some that haven't taken them off yet, it does leave holes on the jacket. So if it looks bad, then you're probably gonna have to get a new jacket, unfortunately, all right? So try to make it as neat as you can. Don't just rip off the patches. The RDI will stay the same as whatever branch you're coming from. Now, if you're AMED, then you'll wear the AMED crest. But if you are a safe signal or any other kind of branch, you will use that RDI. Or if you're infantry, you will use whatever unit you've been part of before. The DUIs will be worn on the AGSU code, like I said, but not on the ASU code. Does that make sense? So the blues, there's no DUIs, just the what's it called, the shoulder straps. And then, as you guys can see, the OCS rank, that is the only thing you will wear on your collar, just the OCS rank. You will not put SP Corps, you will not put US on top or on the bottom, it's just OCS on the upper part of the collar. And that is both on the jacket and the t-shirt. And that goes for the AGSUs and the ASUs. And then officers, obviously, you would put your branch or whatever, like artillery has the cannons and stuff like that, whatever branch you have. For females, you can wear a skirt, or you can change it up. But it has to be, again, within AR 67-1, DA PAM 67-1, all right? When it comes to the Eisenhower jacket, if you want to wear it, go ahead as well. Again, AR 67-1, just follow those. We are going to have a uniform inspection. It's not to insult anybody here, but we've had in the past where people don't fit in their uniforms anymore, and they show up to graduation with the buttons about to hit, about to kill someone, right? I'm going to try to make it as easy as we can. Maybe just put on the jacket. If you fit in the jacket, then you're most likely fit in your pants, right? So try to make it as easy. And again, I'm not trying to insult anyone here or anyone's profession. We're all senior NCOs here or senior officers. I'll get with that date with Cam McCoo whenever you guys want to have that. It's probably gonna be early in the morning. Any questions on that? Was that pretty much what you guys briefed before on the uniforms? Okay. No big changes. All right.
I have questions.
Yes,
On
ma'am.
the pants, do the OCS folks get the yellow
So for the AGSUs, no. For the ASUs, everyone here is either an NCO or an officer, so they will get the yellow stripe. Cool. Any other questions?